So I wanted to pop this in here to remind you to not should yourself, that to start asking yourself what would take care of you, what would feel good to you, what would feel more playful or more adventurous. And if you're sitting there saying, well, Gina, it's easy for you, you don't have kids, you're wandering London, blah, blah, I think it's a choice. Because I know a lot of moms that are doing it in a lot of different ways. And I know a lot of people that are doing life in different ways. And I find that happiness is a choice. Adventure is a choice. Like sourcing the infinite is a choice. Hello, my gorgeous. I wanted to pop on here for a super quick episode because I have a full day of calls ahead of me. But I wanted to connect with you about some of what I was talking about yesterday of having more spontaneity in your life. So getting out of a place of should is a really big deal for women, but it's a really big win in terms of your spiritual connection. You know, there were some things that I should do. Like I needed like another legal pad while I'm traveling. My journal was running out. I needed to get a journal. And so I was in a part of town yesterday where I'm like, oh, well, let me just maximize time and I should go get these things now. And I searched and I looked and I went all over and I got lost and it was kind of frustrating. It didn't happen. And then today I woke up naturally, I don't know, around 6 a.m. and I started my day out with my meditation, and that felt great because I've been a little off the wagon in terms of travel and stuff. So it was like, it felt really great. And after my meditation, I just felt like going back to sleep. My whole brain was like, no, Gina, you should get up. You should work out. You've got all this stuff to do, all the shoulds. And I said, this is my life. Like, I get to choose. And it felt so delicious and pleasurable to like slink into the covers and sleep some more. And obviously that's what my body needed. So I gave it permission. I said yes. The work can wait. You know, I wasn't like blowing off a meeting. It was just like, I needed to be more productive was what my brain was saying. So I slept for a couple more hours and then I desired to spend some time journaling, and I wanted to go out while I'm in London and find a cute coffee shop and then I get about my day. So I get my stuff and I walk down the street where I thought the coffee shop was, and I'm still new. So I ended up getting lost. But I was just like, you know what? The universe is just totally guiding me on the adventure. I'm not lost, and I wasn't even remotely going to get frustrated. I was like, I'm going to run into something amazing. I just knew it. And when we open ourselves up and give ourselves space and permission to be feminine, it's from this place that we draw our good to us. We draw opportunities to us. We are more attractive. We are more magnetic. We are higher vibrational when we are happy and taking care of ourselves. So I was walking, and literally this guy stops me and is like, hey, how did you have fun yesterday? And I thought he thought it was someone else or what. And I was like, what? And he's like, at the carnival. And I was like, oh, I wasn't invited. I think it was like a bank holiday and there was I'm like, I'm new here. I didn't know anything about it. And he's like, where are you from? And I'm like, oh Lord, New York, Miami, LA, I don't know, and I said, I'm looking for a home. And he's like, really? Because I have an apartment right here. And it was like in this beautiful part of Kensington. And I was like, it was this gorgeous garden apartment. And I'm like, I'm not even going to broach that one with Glenn. Anyways, I was like, I got to go. So I'm just walking around having no direction, no map app on. And of course I stumble upon the most beautiful, I like pink and green and chandeliers and flower, like beautiful coffee shop, have the most luscious cappuccino, and just did my journaling, did my reading, put myself in high vibration, and just set my intention for the day. Like, if I don't have a couple hours in a day, like what is that? That's not having a life. That I get to start my day, even though albeit it was later than normal. And I ordered an omelet and just really got into infinity. Like I got into the unlimited love, power, abundance, goodness that there is with God. And I was like, yes, like I'm accessing this. I'm relying on this. I'm clear. This is my source. And, you know, the synchronicities of the universe are kind of fun and playful. So I finished that and I started to walk back and just decided to take a different route. Just wander the streets of London. Like they're so beautiful, and just kind of getting lost in my own thoughts and the beautiful scenery. And what do I happen to stumble upon? A stationery store that had like a journal and a pad of paper and like all the stuff that I like was telling myself I should have gotten yesterday. And it's like right there on the way home, super easy, and it just easy. So I wanted to pop this in here to remind you to not should yourself, that to start asking yourself, what would take care of you? What would feel good to you? What would feel more playful or more adventurous? And if you're sitting there saying, well, Gina, it's easy for you. You don't have kids. You're wandering London. Blah, blah. I think it's a choice. Because I know a lot of moms that are doing it in a lot of different ways. And I know a lot of people that are doing life in different ways. And I find that happiness is a choice. Adventure is a choice. Like sourcing the infinite is a choice. And sometimes there's easier seasons of choice, for sure. But I just know that we're all going to be living our best lives when we listen to our own soul, when we take time for us, when we allow the feminine to lead the way. Let the masculine back it up, but let the feminine lead the way. And you'll see it works. Like it really works. Like the physical manifestations, the financial abundance, the big opportunities. It's all just been pouring in this month. And, you know, I've been on this path where it did feel bleak for a long time, where I did have the fear, like, is this going to work? Like, I believe it, but I needed to see the physical manifestation. I needed to see the physical evidence. I needed to see the proof. And if that's where you're at, I want you to come join me in my upcoming mastermind. It's going to be a glorious year-long journey, literally traveling the world and delving in deep to the ways of the feminine, where you're going to develop your own relationship with spirituality, with femininity that's different than mine, but because it's unique to you. And I'll show you what I've been doing that is working. There's so much more joy, fun, abundance, financial success, business opportunities. Like it's not just a feel-good thing. It's a this way of life really works thing. So if you want to explore what that looks like, go ahead and click on the link in the show notes or go to divineliving.com/mastermind. You can fill out an application if you're like wondering, not going to leave you there hanging or figure it out on your own. We're going to have a conversation, just me and you, and we'll explore, you know, what would you get out of this? Like how could this benefit your life? And I want to leave you with this. So oftentimes women are like, well, how much is it going to cost? And what's that going to cost me? And start tallying all that up. And the question I've been asking myself lately, what's it going to cost me not to? What's it going to cost me not to be in the room, show up, do life by design, follow my instincts, let it not make practical, logical sense, but just like there's something in you that knows that you want this level of support, mentorship, sisterhood, fun, camaraderie, world travel, connection, community, all of it. So check it out. And I look forward to reading your application, setting up a time for us to talk, and then taking the next steps. The women who have already enrolled, I cannot wait to start with them. We start in September, so get your application in today, and much love. Add that spontaneity into your life. Mwah.